So many things, to talk about here and understand. And like you said, these polka dots and these Cardanos, these could become these things in the future that we've seen Ethereum become. But it's interesting that you're saying still hold those core assets. And again, don't hold the future on it. Don't hold the institutional stock in the institution that has it. You want to actually own that in your cold wallet, ideally, a place where that's yours. Why is it so important to actually have the asset?
Yeah, so this is what we call custodianship when it comes to crypto. It's at what level do you actually own your crypto? Okay. And I think that two of these levels are great. I think one of the levels is very bad. So we have the lowest level of custodianship, which is you literally don't own it. You can never own it. We're talking about apps like Robinhood. Okay. It's all derivatives. You don't actually own Dogecoin, for instance, on Robinhood. If stuff hits the fan and you want to pull your Dogecoin out, you got nowhere to withdraw it to. You can't withdraw it. And you see what happens when it's at the most pivotal times is they close the trading on it. Now, look, certainly Coinbase has some issues too with overloaded traffic, and Binance. They both do when there's overloaded traffic, but it's a little more strategic and underhanded from companies like Robinhood, that they want to make sure that, of course, they're giving the data to the hedge funds from their retail traders. And the retail traders are always at the loss, which is the exact thing Robinhood claims to be against. And so I don't like Robinhood. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. This is another company where you invest in the stock market. You're investing in the stock that has a 1-to-1 match. It's actually not 1-to-1, but you have a share of a Bitcoin on paper. You don't own that. You can't withdraw. So someone I know who got heavily into Grayscale because they're come from from a traditional market. Well, eventually getting in through Grayscale made them understand they actually don't own the Bitcoin and they want to own it. So the second level of custodianship is exchange custodianship. This is where you have an exchange like Coinbase, where you go there and you buy the asset and you don't own what we call the private key. This is the secret password to your crypto. You don't own that. So if Coinbase were to whatever reason, like it's in California, like let's say that it fell into the ocean. Let's say California fell into the ocean tomorrow and all of the servers for Coinbase were in California. You lose your crypto. You don't have access to it. Now, that's an extremely unlikely scenario. And I'm actually way more in favor of people holding coins on exchanges than most people. And the reason is because the people that hold crypto on exchanges, most of the time they're at the beginning of their journey and trying to move to what we'll talk about is that third level of custodianship in a minute. I would say far more people have lost money in sending Bitcoin to wallets without knowing what they're doing than actually exchange hacks from major exchanges like Binance, Coinbase, Binance US, KuCoin, exchanges like that. So you don't own it per se. However, when you're ready to move to the third level of custodianship, you can withdraw it. You can withdraw your crypto from Coinbase. So you buy it on Coinbase, you buy Bitcoin on Coinbase, and then you set up a personal wallet and you can send it there. So you do actually own it. You just don't technically own it until you pull it off, but you have the option to do so. Robinhood, level 1, you can't do that. Exchanges, level 2, you don't own it until you withdraw it, then you actually own it. The third level of custodianship is simply having your own wallet. There are what we call hot wallets and cold wallets. A hot wallet is like an internet-based wallet. So you got to be connected to the internet to use it. A cold storage wallet would be something like a ledger, which is a device, it's a USB device, or there's even things called paper wallets, and there's even more extreme ways to store your crypto. It's basically where you're taking your crypto off of the internet, so it cannot possibly be hacked. Nobody can get access to it and things like that. When you own your own Bitcoin or you own your own Ethereum in that third level custodianship kind of way in a hot wallet or a cold wallet, you own it. No one can take it from you. If the internet went down tomorrow, if there was an EMP somewhere in America and we lost power for a year, as soon as you got back to the internet, your crypto is still there. It's untouched. Nobody can hack it. And a lot of people bring that up. You don't hear it as much anymore. People used to say like, well, what happens if the internet goes down? Like, how is crypto affected? Well, if the internet goes down, your credit card doesn't work, your debit card doesn't work, nothing works. You're not going to be able to go to the ATM. You're not going to be able to go to the bank. They're not going to have any power. So, the whole thing is in that third level of custodianship, you literally own your Bitcoin. And that's what makes Bitcoin and crypto. I don't use the word cryptocurrencies. A lot of people use the word cryptocurrencies. I've stopped using that word because that implies everything's trying to be money. It doesn't really describe what crypto is. We say crypto assets because it's an asset that you own. It's property. That's what makes it different. And that's why trying to weave your way through up to the third level of custodianship is very important. And I would note that exchanges like Coinbase, they also have different levels of custodianship within them. There's a big tip I give to a lot of people if they use Coinbase is there's something called Coinbase Vault. This is where you can actually do a much higher level security for your crypto on Coinbase to make sure it doesn't get touched. And it makes you actually invulnerable to SIM card swaps and being able to, where people basically switch your phone number, they get access to your Gmail because you connect it, your phone number to your Gmail. That's a big no-no. If you can disconnect it. They get into your email. They have access to everything in your email, including your Coinbase. It all happens in about 5 minutes. So the Coinbase Vault has workarounds to that where you don't have to worry about that happening. So I do want to point that out for anybody who's interested.
DeFi, which stands for decentralized finance. This is a $9 trillion per year marketplace. I want to talk about our brand new Defy Academy. Our first program is called the DeFi Accelerator, and we have been absolutely inundated with applications from around the world. I'm going to be talking about how you can profit from what I'm calling the greatest dislocation of wealth in human history. Decentralized finance is already revolutionizing the world of finance. You just don't know it yet. I'm going to talk about the difference between DeFi and cryptocurrencies. There's a big difference. I want to go into how to trade the markets. It takes a lot of discipline. It takes emotional discipline. It takes intelligence. It's not an easy thing to do. I'm looking for a small group of people who want to actively participate in this upcoming DeFi revolution. I'm looking for serious individuals only with real net worth who want to build this exciting financial infrastructure. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, investors, colleagues who want to join forces and create real value and generational wealth. If you're one of those people, go to londonreal.tv/DeFi and submit your application. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. You have a chance now to join me on this incredible adventure for the next 10 years. It will change your life, the lives of your children and grandchildren, maybe the life of billions of people on this planet. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make?